Part 1. Opening, Reframing Aging and Attraction. There's a silent belief many men carry, especially as they age. My value in the dating world is fading. I'm no longer seen. But that belief is not just false, it's limiting. The truth is this: a man's value doesn't decrease with age. It transforms. When you take care of your body, cultivate wisdom from experience, and move through life with calm confidence, something shifts. You become magnetic, not to everyone, but to the right ones. You see, younger women aren't just drawn to energy or looks. They're deeply attracted to what many younger men haven't yet developed: emotional stability, clarity, purpose. But here's the catch: these signals of interest from women often don't look like flirtation. They're subtle, quiet, sometimes so understated, they're completely missed. Brain reframing the narrative. We live in a culture that idolizes youth. But attraction isn't just about age, it's about presence. A man who has fought his battles and now brings peace instead of chaos. That man stands out, especially to women who are no longer chasing the rush, but craving something real. Bullseye what this video will reveal. In this video, we're going beyond the surface. Not just eye contact or playful texts. We'll explore 12 deep psychological signs a younger woman is truly into you, even if she never says it aloud. These aren't tricks or tactics. They're insights, so you can stop second-guessing yourself and start recognizing real connection when it's right in front of you. Part 2. Why older men appeal more than younger ones. Opening, the hidden edge of maturity. Let's be honest, in the world of modern dating, youth often steals the spotlight. But behind that spotlight, something more powerful is quietly at play. A quiet strength that many women are subconsciously drawn to. And it's not found in the thrill-seeking energy of younger men. It's found in a man who's been through storms and learned to bring the calm. That's where older men step into their prime. Magnifying glass key differences. Older versus younger men. Older men tend to be more grounded. They've already made mistakes, learned, evolved. Their priorities have shifted from impressing the world to building something lasting, with legacy and meaning. Younger men, while often fun and spontaneous, can feel directionless. They're still in the process of discovering who they are, what they want, and what they stand for. And here's the insight, for a woman who is emotionally maturing. Clarity beats chaos every time. Light bulb what women truly seek, but rarely say out loud. At a psychological level, most women, especially those thinking about starting a family, crave emotional safety. This isn't weakness, it's biology. They're not searching for someone who's still figuring things out. They're drawn to a man who's already walked through fire and now offers warmth. Not smoke. A man with direction. A man with emotional steadiness. A man who leads not with noise, but with presence. Checkmark conclusion. Calm is the new charisma. So if you're an older man thinking you're less desirable because of your age, think again. In a world of fleeting connections and shallow noise, your stability is your superpower. You're not behind. You're just becoming the man she didn't know she needed until now. Part 3. The 12 signs a younger woman desires an older man. Sign 1. She seeks his opinion and validation. Introduction. What her questions really mean. Have you ever noticed a younger woman repeatedly asking for your opinion on her outfit, a job decision, or even something seemingly minor like where to eat? Most men dismiss it as friendly conversation, or think she just values their advice as a mentor. But the truth runs deeper, and it's far more significant. Small diamond, what her behavior actually signals. When a woman consistently seeks your feedback, she's not just gathering input, she's anchoring herself emotionally to you. This is what psychologists refer to as emotional referencing, a subconscious behavior where a person checks their emotional compass against someone they trust and admire. And here's the key: women only seek this type of emotional anchoring from someone they deeply respect, and often someone they're quietly attracted to. Think about it. She's not polling her peers. She's not asking younger men for insight. She comes to you. That means something. Often, this dynamic subtly replaces the role of paternal validation. She starts trusting your perspective the way she once trusted a father figure. But make no mistake, this isn't about mentorship. It's about emotional intimacy taking root. Small diamond conclusion: how to respond as a grounded man. The worst thing you can do is downplay it or brush it off. The best thing? Handle it with calm presence and thoughtful insight. Show her that you don't just hear her, you see her. Because once a woman starts seeking your validation, she's not just admiring your wisdom, she's emotionally investing in your presence. Sign 2. She wants to spend time with him. Introduction. Time is the real currency of attraction. In a world driven by endless distractions, social media, notifications, crowded schedules, time has become one of the rarest forms of currency. And when a woman starts investing it in you, consistently and intentionally, it's never random. A younger woman who's into you may not always say it directly. But if she finds excuses to be around you, if she texts, "Good morning," shows up with coffee, or just happens to be in the neighborhood, you're already more than a casual presence in her life. You're becoming part of her emotional routine. Small diamond analysis. How time reflects emotional investment. Human behavior experts agree. We spend our time on what we value emotionally. When a woman starts canceling plans with others, carving out her schedule, or even bending the truth to justify being near you, she's prioritizing your presence. That's desire in motion, not just convenience. It's subtle but significant. Can I stop by? I need your opinion on something. I had a rough day. Mind if we just talk? These aren't casual check-ins. These are invitations into her emotional space. And here's what many men overlook. Presence equals intimacy. Women often bond through time and shared presence before they express romantic intent. If she's offering both freely, she's revealing her emotional alignment with you, quietly, but clearly. Small diamond conclusion. Read her time, not just her words. Men often look for loud signals, flirty texts, bold compliments, grand gestures. But real attraction is rarely loud. It's consistent. It shows up in quiet moments, repeated invitations, and borrowed minutes from a busy life. So if a younger woman is showing up, staying close, and carving out time for you, notice it. Because in today's world, time is not just affection, it's commitment in disguise. Sign 3. She makes playful jokes about his age. Introduction. When teasing means more than it seems. You might have heard her say something like, "Wow, you still listen to vinyls? That's such a dad joke. You're old enough to be my cool uncle." At first glance, it sounds like she's poking fun at your age, but look again. This isn't mockery, it's flirtation in disguise. In behavioral psychology, light teasing is often a test, a way to gauge comfort, connection, and emotional safety. Small diamond white playful teasing is a powerful emotional cue. For many younger women, making playful jokes about your age serves two purposes. Establishing intimacy. Teasing shows she feels close enough to be casual and playful around you. This level of relaxed communication is a sign of emotional comfort. Testing your confidence. She's observing how you respond. Will you get defensive or laugh with ease? Your reaction signals how secure you are in yourself. From a psychological standpoint, this is a subconscious attraction filter. She wants to know, can this older man handle my energy with grace? Can he own his age, his story, his presence without apology? Women are deeply drawn to men who don't flinch under emotional pressure, who remain grounded even in playful challenges. Let's be clear, if she didn't care, she wouldn't tease. Teasing requires emotional effort. It's a form of attention. And in dating dynamics, attention is often synonymous with interest. Small diamond conclusion. What her humor is really telling you. When a younger woman makes fun of your age, smiling as she does, it's not about age at all. It's about connection. She's saying, in her own subtle way, I like you. I feel safe around you. Let's see if you like me back. So the next time she calls you, vintage, or jokes about your music taste, don't retreat. Lean in with calm, playful confidence. Because when a woman starts teasing you, she's not just testing your age. She's testing if you're emotionally available enough to handle something real. Sign 4. She criticizes guys her own age. Introduction. When her complaints are actually compliments. Ever had a younger woman casually say something like, "Guys my age are so immature. I can't stand how non-committal they are. They just want to party and avoid responsibility." At first, these sound like random frustrations, but they're often much more than that. When she openly criticizes men her age in front of you, she's doing more than venting. She's revealing a comparison, and you're likely on the winning side. Small diamond. The psychology behind her disappointment. From a behavioral standpoint, comparison is a subconscious way people evaluate potential partners. When a younger woman consistently contrasts you with younger men, highlighting their flaws, what she's really doing is signaling emotional preference. This behavior suggests two key things. She views you as more mature and emotionally grounded. You represent a level of stability and depth she doesn't find in her peer group. She's reframing her attraction. By pointing out what she doesn't want, she's clarifying, perhaps even to herself, what she does value in a man. Psychologically, this is called contrast attraction. She positions you as the exception to her disappointments. And in doing so, she builds a subtle narrative where you become the ideal alternative. Pay attention to her tone. If she vents to you about her age group and follows it with questions like, "Do you think men ever really grow up?" Or, "Why do older men seem so much more grounded?" She's not just making conversation. She's testing your insight, and possibly your availability. Small diamond conclusion. Understand the message behind the critique. When a younger woman repeatedly criticizes guys her age around you, it's often a quiet signal of respect, preference, and desire. It's not just about what she rejects, it's about who she's drawn to. Don't overlook this pattern. Because when she complains about other men, but continues to spend time with you, ask your opinion, and trust your presence, she's already making her choice. Sign 5. She defends his age to others. Introduction. When she becomes your unexpected ally. Have you ever heard a younger woman defend you when others raise eyebrows about your age? Maybe it was a subtle comment at a dinner party. Honestly, I prefer someone who's lived a little. Or a firm response to a friend's joke. It's not about age, it's about the way he carries himself. At first, this might seem casual or polite, but in reality, it's a deeper sign of loyalty. When a woman publicly defends a man's age, especially in front of peers or family, it signals more than affection. It's a declaration of emotional investment and psychological alignment. The psychology behind her defense. When a younger woman defends your age to others, she is performing a subtle but powerful behavioral pattern. She challenges social norms. Age gap relationships often come with judgment or playful teasing. If she pushes back, it shows she's willing to stand against group pressure for you. That means she sees value in what you bring, and she's confident in her own choices. She expresses emotional ownership. Defending someone is a protective act. It's instinctive, something people do only when they feel connected. This type of behavior reflects attachment and commitment, even if it hasn't been spoken out loud yet. She signals loyalty in public spaces. The fact that she speaks up in front of others matters. Psychologically, public loyalty is a signal of readiness to align with your identity, not just in private moments, but in socially vulnerable ones. This is often how real relationships begin to solidify. Ask yourself this: has she ever said, "I don't care what people think. I like being with someone who actually listens"? That's not just a compliment, it's a glimpse into her emotional clarity. Small diamond conclusion. Why this sign should not be ignored. In a world where image often overrides substance, when a younger woman openly defends your age, she's doing more than validating you. She's telling everyone she respects your presence, your experience, and your value as a man. Don't underestimate this gesture. It's a rare blend of admiration, conviction, and emotional courage. And for a mature man who values depth over appearance, this sign might be one of the clearest indicators that she's not just interested, she's invested. Sign 6. She shows insecurity about his past. Introduction. When curiosity becomes concern. Have you ever noticed a younger woman asking questions about your past relationships? Maybe even comparing herself to your exes? At first glance, this might seem like harmless curiosity. But in many cases, it's much deeper than that. When she expresses concern over your past, she's revealing something crucial: emotional investment. This behavior isn't about control or jealousy. It's often about seeking reassurance, a sign she cares about how she fits into your life story. The psychology of emotional comparison. Let's break this down from a psychological perspective. A sign of emotional attachment. When someone feels insecure about your past, it usually means they're starting to care about your future. She's not just interested in facts, she's emotionally imagining where she fits into your journey. Subtle questions that mean more. Phrases like, "Was she older or younger than me? Did you love her differently? Do I remind you of anyone?" aren't just curiosity. They're subconscious comparisons. She's measuring herself not against your preferences, but your emotional standards. Desire for validation. Her questions are an invitation. She wants to know if she's enough for a man who's lived more, seen more, maybe even lost more. This isn't insecurity in a negative sense. It's a reflection of her long-term interest and desire to emotionally connect with someone experienced. Small diamond conclusion. Don't dismiss her doubts, they reveal her depth. If a younger woman seems unsure about your past relationships, pay attention. She's not looking for gossip, she's looking for assurance. This is often how mature emotional bonds begin. She's stepping into a space that's more vulnerable, more real, and she's doing it because she sees you as someone worth understanding and possibly building something with. So don't brush it off. Acknowledge her concerns, offer honesty, and recognize when she questions your past, it's because she's beginning to picture a future with you in it. Sign 7. Other men disappear from her life. Introduction. When male competition quietly fades. Have you ever noticed how, without saying a word, the attention from other men in her life just seems to vanish? She stops replying to messages from guy friends. She no longer mentions coworkers who used to flirt with her. And her social media? Quiet. No more playful comments from admirers. And the most interesting part? You didn't even have to ask. This isn't accidental. It's a subtle, yet powerful behavior. A clear signal of exclusive emotional investment. The psychology behind quiet exclusivity. Let's examine what this shift truly means. Unspoken signals of commitment. When a woman begins naturally distancing herself from other male attention, she's making a decision on a subconscious level. I've already chosen who I want to invest in. This is a behavioral cue of loyalty. Without pressure or demands, she's closing the door on other options. Self-regulation reflects respect. Mature attraction doesn't need dramatic declarations. It often shows up as private choices, like deleting a chat, declining an invite, or simply not engaging. This kind of restraint isn't just romantic, it's respectful. It means she values your presence and doesn't want to risk it by entertaining noise from the sidelines. Modern exclusivity happens in silence. In today's dating world, exclusivity doesn't always come from a label, it starts with behavior. If she's gradually filtering out male attention, she's sending a message: you're the man I take seriously. Small diamond conclusion. Why this sign matters for mature men. For an older man, this sign should stand out because it's not loud, but it's deep. She's not making a show of loyalty. She's living it. No pressure, no games. Just a quiet commitment built on self-awareness and emotional clarity. And that's often how real bonds begin, not with grand gestures, but with small, consistent choices that speak louder than words. Sign 8. She tests him emotionally. Introduction. The hidden meaning behind her emotional tests. Have you ever been in a conversation with a younger woman where, out of nowhere, she brings up her ex, or questions your intentions, or even says something like, "You probably wouldn't care if I left"? Before reacting, take a step back, because what she's doing isn't sabotage, it's a test. And here's the truth most men miss. She's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to see if you're emotionally grounded. Small diamond emotional tests are not games, they're assessments. Let's break this down from a psychological angle. Why she brings up her ex. She's not reminiscing. She's watching your reaction. Are you threatened, jealous, dismissive, or composed and confident? Your response tells her whether you have the emotional maturity she craves in an older man. She questions you to observe stability. Doubts like, "Are you serious about me?" or "Do you date younger women often?" aren't random, they're boundary checks. She wants to feel safe emotionally. And the only way to know if you're stable is to see how you handle pressure. It's not about drama, it's about depth. These subtle challenges aren't immaturity. They're a subconscious effort to filter out inconsistency and emotional weakness. In essence, she's asking, can you hold your frame when the waters get rough? Small diamond conclusion. Stay centered. Stay chosen. An older man's greatest strength isn't his experience, it's how he uses it. So when she tests your emotional balance, don't flinch, don't defend, just remain calm, composed, and clear. Because for a younger woman looking for someone stable and grounded, nothing is more attractive than a man who doesn't get shaken by her storms. Sign 9. She does things for him. Introduction. When actions speak louder than words. Have you ever received a coffee without asking? A quick message to check on your day? Maybe she made you lunch, just because. At first glance, these might seem like small gestures. But in reality, they are powerful indicators of a deeper emotional shift. Because when a younger woman starts doing thoughtful things for an older man, without being asked, it's not just kindness. It's emotional investment in action. Small diamond behavioral analysis. What her effort truly means. Let's break it down from a behavioral psychology perspective. Acts of service reflect prioritization. According to relationship psychology, we invest effort where our emotions lie. Whether it's bringing you coffee, texting to check in, or even remembering the smallest detail you once mentioned, she's placing you at the center of her attention. Time and energy equals emotional currency. In a fast-paced world, no one gives time and energy casually. So when she chooses to go out of her way, it signals this: your well-being matters to me. This is especially true if she's not asking for anything in return. The gesture itself becomes her message. These are not just tasks, they're signals. When observed closely, such acts serve as quiet declarations of loyalty, nurturing instincts, and emotional openness. Small diamond conclusion. Why this sign shouldn't be overlooked. For a mature man, it's easy to dismiss these small acts as politeness or habit. But overlook them, and you may miss one of the most genuine signs of feminine emotional bonding. Because in real connection, love isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's a sandwich, a handwritten note, or a simple, warm look that says, "I see you. I choose you." Sign 10. She emphasizes maturity matters. Introduction. When her words reveal her inner conflict, you've probably heard her say something like, "I just can't deal with immature guys." Or maybe, "I'm really into men who know what they want." At first, these might sound like general preferences. But if she keeps repeating them, especially around you, this is not just casual talk. It's a form of self-justification, an internal process where she's aligning her emotions with her identity. Small diamond behavioral insight. Why repetition reveals desire. From a psychological standpoint, repeated statements are often used to resolve internal tension. She's battling societal norms that question relationships with a large age gap. She's processing external judgment, friends, family, even her own insecurities, and most importantly, She's trying to normalize her attraction to you in her own mind. By emphasizing maturity, emotional intelligence, and stability, she's essentially telling herself, it's not just about attraction. This makes sense. In this phase, her repeated admiration for maturity becomes a shield, protecting her growing emotional bond with you from doubt and discomfort. Small diamond conclusion. Maturity isn't just an advantage, it's the foundation. For the older man, this sign is a quiet but critical signal. It means she's actively choosing depth over impulse, clarity over confusion, and by reinforcing her own narrative, she's not just validating her feelings. She's preparing herself to commit to someone who truly embodies what she values. So if you hear her repeating that maturity matters, she's not just talking. She's aligning her heart and her future with you. Sign 11. She confides in him deeply. Introduction. When she shares her inner world, there's a moment in every meaningful connection when a woman begins to open up, not just about her day, but about her fears, her family struggles, and the emotional weight she's been carrying. And if she chooses you to share that with, it's not random. It's a signal of something much deeper. Small diamond emotional intimacy as a marker of trust. Psychologically speaking, women tend to guard their vulnerabilities until they feel emotionally safe. So if she begins to share anxieties about her career or future, confess past emotional wounds or insecurities, reach out to you first in moments of stress or confusion, it means you're more than just someone she enjoys talking to. You've become her emotional anchor. This form of sharing isn't casual. It reflects emotional intimacy, a level of closeness that surpasses flirtation or surface attraction. It's where genuine connection starts to form. Small diamond conclusion. Emotional access is a privilege, not a coincidence. When a younger woman consistently confides in you, it signals trust, comfort, and emotional alignment. And in a world where attention is easy to get but emotional presence is rare, that trust means everything. So ask yourself, is she choosing you when she's not at her best? If the answer is yes, she's not just interested, she's emotionally invested. Sign 12. She becomes more possessive. Introduction. When curiosity turns into concern, you might start noticing small things. She casually asks, "Where were you last night?" or seems unusually attentive to who's commenting on your social media. At first, it may feel like simple curiosity. But when a younger woman begins monitoring your behavior or showing signs of jealousy, it's often more than just interest. It's a subtle cue of emotional vulnerability. Small diamond. The psychology behind possessiveness. Possessiveness, when it emerges in a new connection, is rarely about control. It's about attachment and fear of loss. Here's what may be happening internally for her. She's developed genuine emotional investment. She perceives your value, maturity, life experience, and stability as rare and difficult to replace. She worries she might lose what she's just started to deeply desire. From a psychological lens, this kind of behavior often reflects insecurity mixed with longing. And while unhealthy possessiveness can be problematic, subtle signs, like checking in often or reacting sensitively to other women around you, can reveal just how strongly she's drawn to you. Small diamond conclusion. Possessiveness is a mirror of emotional risk. When a younger woman becomes possessive, it means she's no longer in the stage of casual attraction. She's emotionally exposed, invested in a future where you play a central role. And that's not a red flag. That's a reflection of something real. If you've recognized even a few of these signs in your own life, don't dismiss them. Reflect on what they might truly mean. And if you're serious about building lasting, emotionally grounded relationships as a mature man, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more insights, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. You're not just aging, you're evolving. Start owning that.